many directors here. I'm gonna get into the directors, right? How do you guys? What is the thing that you like the most when you've been directed by the director? Do you guys like tough directors who say, "Hey, do this"? Or this guy will tell you, "Give the cap like this, drink like this." What is the thing that you like the most from directors? The way directors direct. It's a tricky question. Don't get mad, guys. Okay.
Personally, I love collaborating with directors, coming together, and when I went to the table, especially when I was working on Amulet of the Kingdom, it was coming to the table from a different point of view as a character and showing something different that the director maybe didn't see, and then working together. Because I think at the end of the day, the most important person on set is the director and what vision they're seeking. So if I can become a chameleon and mold what I've created with them as they direct me, is probably my favorite experience on set. It is like magic when it works really well. So that's for me.
I think for me, it's also collaborating with the directors to create a character beforehand a little bit. So, like a little coffee, a little talk before, so we can, like figure out what we see in the character, and like also bring that to the table. That always adds up because, like you said, there's always like stuff that you didn't see or stuff that the other person didn't see, and then just I love it when directors and you are like just open to improvisation a little bit. Like it's whatever happens when we're role playing, just be open to it. Like a little bit like we saw a short film yesterday about that. Like whatever happens after that, we keep rolling. That's okay, because that's when the magic happens, when you're listening, when you're like open to like the art, because we can prepare so much, but the art, it's the magic is when you're there, So yeah, I think that when the director is open to that, I just love it, because it gives me room to play, it gives me room to be free and more confident too, because I'm not thinking of like I have to do this or I have to do that, So yeah, I think that's the thing I love the most.
Well, I think I really love when I can see the game of the director where I am. Because I like to play, so it's very exciting when you can see this process of your director when he's trying to transmit this game to you and to play together. So I don't like the rough directors because you can play. You're always nervous and you can create it. And you're always like in your head, not in all your body. Because to play is to play with all your body. So if you're only with your head trying to play, it's very exhausting. And I think there's not a real communication between them. So I prefer to work with a director that is more like a kid, for example.
For me, it's important to be free, to give the maximum for the role, the part, and so of course, if a director, I don't want to give him something. So it's very important, the collaboration, to speak a lot before with the director, to have his point of view, because it's a collaboration. Your imagination and his imagination must come together. And for the direction, I worked a long time ago with John Berry, a famous director now with dying. And Yes, wonderful. He tried something else. And slowly, you come to his mind. And it's good. Like this.
Yes, so for our movie The Greedy, I was really lucky to have my director like molding the character from me. He's my best friend, so when we talked about the character, he said like how be yourself. How would you feel in these events and in these situations? But personally, I also like direct feedback. So if during the shots of the movie, I would always ask him, "Is this right? Are you having your what do you think that I should change?" and something like that. But yeah, direct feedback.
So what I like about the process of the director is the fact that allows collaboration. So I like directors that allows for a room full of collaboration between the actor and the director. For example, for Antoinette Stack, the director and I have worked on our character and the circumstances, and we did this in a very challenging atmosphere, given that we filmed virtually over 2 separate continents, 2 different countries, and we had to make it as believable as possible with all the limitations that a remote shoot could provide. For instance, one of the main challenges for Antoinette Stack was to blend the setting so that it would look like it were 2 people who are in the same room without noticing that it displayed like 2 actors filming from their own homes in 2 different continents. So this form of collaboration is interesting, and more so in virtual films which are shot remotely.
I think the most important thing for me is trust at the first place. Like, if I feel the director trusts me and my energy and my work, then I can let myself go. And as Véronique said before, I totally agree. Like Shamila Lensfeld, who I always or often work with, she is the kind of director who gives you like instruction, like, yeah, this was good, but you could try this and this. So she takes what you offer already and make it grow together with you and with your energy and with your feelings. And this is what I like mostly for myself, like to cooperate and to make something grow which is already there, but to develop it to the end and to make it a diamond at the end. Yeah.
I love what you said about trust. I think that's really key. I think that's the joy of collaboration. You know, when you're playing with someone, I mean, the words keep coming up, the same words keep coming up. But trust is really at the heart of that. And I think I particularly appreciate, although I feel like I've heard it put in different ways when directors give me active verbs. You know, if there's something you can do, seduce, intimidate, you know, active verbs, they really help. They make you active. They give you something to do that takes you out of your head, gets you to stop looking at yourself.
Tell me about your director.
My director, ooh. I think he was a little tough on me, only because we're like best of friends. We talk every day. So I like it when he gives me direct feedback and just tells me, hey, come on, what is this? You gotta get into it. And then, I don't know, because I played sports so much growing up, that direct feedback, I don't get mad at him for doing it, I just get mad at myself. And then internally, I'm just, okay, let's go. You're right. Stop the BS. Let's make it as real as possible, live in the moment, and then boom, we got magic. Only thing is, somebody mentioned it down here, my least favorite thing is when you, not the least favorite thing, I guess it's just, you always say you're doing a scene, you think you nailed it. And you sit there, you look around, all right, one more for safety. All right, let's do it again, come on, baby. But yeah, I like the direct feedback. As everyone else here stated so eloquently, the trust, that's like the major factor. If you don't necessarily trust someone with your, I guess, the work that you guys are putting forward, then it's kind of hard to collaborate. And that always makes it a lot easier. And of course, you gotta have fun doing it. Because as my guy had said over here, we're just playing. That's it. And we're lucky to do this stuff, so it's a blessing.
Yeah, I think what I like and or enjoy about the director is the precision. I mean, of course, in instructions and orders and all that, but I mean, like precision in the feeling and in the feelings that and thoughts this director has. I mean, for me, this was also my first time in front of the cameras, and my director was my father, so that was a little pain in the ass. But yeah, it was very challenging, but it was also very interesting because I got to know my father better and all these mental games he has inside, and that was very awesome. And yeah.
Yeah, for me, is one of the keys, like they say, also is the collaboration between me and the director about the character, and the trust as well, for sure. And also, I love tough directors. I love challenge. And sometimes what happened to me is I was so ready to shoot, and then the directors come to me and say, Toro, forget about the script, forget about the phrases, just improvise. Okay. So I know this is when, I mean, it's pain in the ass, but at the same time it's magic because you can show something that you didn't practice. So could be really, really nice natural and magic things as well. So.